It's John Langley with J&J Complete Tuning, and today is December the 2nd, and I'm out here today at my home getting ready to tune Sam. He's driving over from Biloxi, Gulfport, Mississippi area, and I've been working with Sam for about 3 years now to try to get him set up on a tune, and today is the day that we have set up to do that. So today I'm going to be putting him on the MCB Autotech Elite Series Performance Tune, and I know that he's going to be happy, and when he leaves here he'll have a better driving truck. It's a 2017 Toyota Tacoma, and so we're going to get set up and see if we can make him happy today. Got all my paperwork set up here, and so we're just waiting on him to show up, and once he gets here we'll press on with the tune. John Langley with J&J Complete Tuning. I'm here at my home and have Sam come over from, you live in Gulfport or Biloxi?
Gulfport, Social area.
Yeah. All right, so I've been talking with Sam for about 3 years about getting tuned from Katie Max to Yoda Works, and to what I'm currently selling is MCB Autotech Elite Series Performance Tunes. And I just put him on the MCB Elite Plus tune. He's got a pretty much a stock truck, got some electrical lights. Tires are 32s, and other than that, though, we're pretty much stock here. And so he's going to go on his test drive and looking for an honest review of this tune. So the only thing I want you to do when you go out is get it up above 5,500 RPM. You know, do about 2 runs like that, and then just drive however you want to test it out. You know, drive normal. Hopefully, when you came here, you remember what stock felt like.
Actually, it doesn't feel as like clunky shifting.
All right, well, you familiar with this area?
Yeah, pretty familiar.
Okay. All right, we'll see when you get back, man.
All right, buddy.
All right. I got Sam. He's going out on his test drive, and we'll get his initial review of the tune once he gets back. He can feel it now. All right, we got Sam coming back from his test drive, and we'll get his initial reviews here of the MCB Autotech Elite Plus tune.
Night and day.
All right.
Literal night and day.
All right. Let's give me some good feedback.
All right. So I didn't really notice anything backing out, but I noticed except it's not like if you've ever drove one of these third gens, you can tell it's kind of clunky. Like everything is just so clunky with this thing. Like you told me when I got here, like when you were coming to a stop, it's almost like you never come to a complete stop because there's always like that last like surge, you know what I mean? Like no matter what, it's almost like a power surge down every time you try to come to a stop, and it's real jerky, you know, like before. When I came to this stop sign, it was smooth. There was nobody coming, so I'm not gonna lie, I got on it. And when I got on it, you said try to get it to like 5,000, 5,500 RPMs. Like I floored it, and I only got to 4,000. And I looked down and I was doing 68 miles an hour, and I said, literally, I was like, holy shit, I gotta slow down. Like, what am I doing? So I went to the three-way stop at 04 Bayou, and I was like, well, let me turn down 04 Bayou because it's kind of a straight stretch. And I gunned it. I mean, I gunned it, and I got it up to the 5,500 RPMs, and I looked down and I was doing 88 miles an hour. I said, no, okay, that's enough. I need to
get up there pretty quick.
Yeah. Oh, literally. And then like even I was behind a mailman coming back, and I was like, man, he's kind of stopping me from getting on it, you know. But the braking was even better. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you kind of get up on somebody, it didn't have like that kind of hesitant, you know what I mean? And then when you let off the brake, there was no like hesitation. You just touch the pedal and it just smooth kind of keeps up with traffic.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of like when you're in that like stuck behind somebody who should be going faster than they should be, and you're kind of like braking, giving it, and it was just always kind of sloppy. But there was none of that. Literally none of that.
Did you notice also, like when you're, you know, before stock, if you caught up with traffic and somebody was slower and they hit the brakes and you had to slow down, there was that huge lag where you trying on the stock, trying to catch back up to just you know, steady speed.
Once it gets down so far, it was like bog trying to get back up. Now I will say, before when I drove my truck, like I told you earlier, like it was probably right around 40 miles an hour, I always got bogged down. So between 40 and 45 took longer than any other shift point or any acceleration with my truck before the tune. Now I noticed there was a little bit, because with my cold air intake I can hear it, there was a little bit of a bog down when I was getting closer to the three-way stop, and I was doing like maybe 30-ish, but I kind of got on it just a little bit, and the RPMs didn't really jump, but the throttle response was so good it powered through that with no problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't just get stuck there.
No, it's just a slight pressure back on the accelerator, and you pick right back up. You know, there's no, before stock on mine in traffic, I had to slow down, bogs, and the car in front of you is, you know, half a mile ahead of you time you pick back up.
Well, another thing too, like in my truck, like before I brought it to Allen Toyota 2 or 3 times trying to get it, because I was like between 55 and 60. It was like 55 to 58. I was getting like this, if I was cruising just without cruise control on, I was getting like this rhythmic, like wah 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 wah, almost like I mean, I don't know if it had something to do with the exhaust, if it really was just a noise, or if it was the rear axle or whatever. It was making like this wah 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 wah. But when I was coming back just now behind that mail truck, I was doing no cruise control. I didn't use cruise control the whole time on purpose, and I was cruising doing that 50 to 55, 60-ish, and there was none of that.
Yeah.
It was a smooth cruise. It was on, and so I didn't have none of that.
Well, I know it's just initial. The engine, once you get above 5,500, at least 2 times, all the engine logic maps, all the changes that were made on the tune are pretty much set. All right, that engine's, you know, is settled. The shifting on it is, you know, because of the AI on the truck, stuff like that. I always tell customers, you know, give it 2 to 3 tanks of gas and relearn everything on that. It won't take that much, but 2 to 3 tanks. Now, we don't guarantee any kind of fuel mileage, you know, because everybody drives different all. But in saying that, I'd say 90% or better of my customers do come back and say, hey, I see a little bit of a plus up. It may be a half a mile, it may be a mile, it may be more. You know, but
as long as mine are miles per gallon, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the truck to get 30 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
I'd bought a Prius if that was the case. Then I wouldn't have to worry about none of this stuff. But then I wouldn't have nothing to sink my money into. You know what I mean? Nobody fixes up a Prius.
Yeah. Well, at this point, can I say that, you know, you're initial satisfied with the tune?
I mean, as far as test drive, 5 miles there down the road and 5 miles back, or 3 miles down, yeah, I can 100% feel a difference.
Good.
100%.
Good.
Now, I didn't get it up past the 5,500, but the one time, because there was just too much traffic. But when I leave here and take Old Ford Bayou back, I plan on it.
Yeah, give it a good, you know, give it a good couple more runs, and everything will settle on the engine. Tune's there, you know, and now
the crazy part is I tried hard though. Like I pressed that pedal hard.
Yeah.
And any other time, if I was like merging onto I-10 or anything, or even just on a road like a rural road like this, if I got on it, it would be like a hesitation, but it would shoot up to 5,000, 5,500 RPMs. And by the time I got out of that, I was only going maybe 50, 55. Yeah. Like I said, when I got out on this main road, I floored it to try to get it to 55, and it only got to about maybe 45, and I looked down, I was doing almost 70.
Yeah.
So it was definitely night and day.
Yeah. Well, Sam, I appreciate it.
Just from that was good.
All right.
Good enough.
All right. Well, I'm going to turn this off, and all right. Thank you, sir.
I do recommend 100%.